What is up, guys? This is Mike Vaya here, your host of the New Orleans Pelican podcast. Here bringing you episode 4. This episode will reflect a little more about how and when I became a Pelican fan. Many of you might have the question of, why is this guy a Pelican fan? How did he become a Pelican fan? Since when? There aren't many Pelican fans out there, so I want this community to build strong. And what makes this even more authentic is that I am not even from New Orleans. I am from Los Angeles, California, in the big California state. And I'm going to record this episode to you guys, so if you hear a little disturbance in the background, I apologize for that because I am driving. And for you guys who are not from California, even when it's 7:50 p.m., there's traffic up the ass over here. Non-stop traffic. California is a busy state. Well, Los Angeles is a busy city. And from you who are from LA and are actually listening to me here today, man, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? LA traffic. Can't never get over that. LA traffic's always the same. It gets worse, actually, every year. It's overpopulated, man. People are coming here, they're migrating here. It's crazy in LA. It's just overpopulated. But, okay, back to the story, guys. The story you guys have all been waiting for. Some of you guys might have heard my interview, and that's what inspired this. I was recently interviewed by Authentic Sports Talk by Anthony Munoz. I'll drop a link down below so you guys can check out his channel. It talks about a lot of sports. Tries to stay up to date, and he's a very good speaker. He's improving his skills every day. So give the guy a chance, man. Hear him out. Listen to that guy. He is 100% entertainment. He is dropping bombs on people. He pretty much offended me on multiple occasions, but I never take anything to heart, you know. But it's just entertaining. Maybe we'll have a roast one day. But okay, going back to it. I became a New Orleans Pelican Hornets fan back in 2006. I say Hornets for the fact that when I became a fan, they were the Hornets. And to clear things up, I was a fan of New Orleans Hornets. So many of you might get confused and be like, wait, what's going on? Because people who don't keep up with basketball or are new to it, or, you know, for whatever reason, we went through some weird changes, and I kind of hate how this went through, but okay. Little background story. In 2002, I believe, Pelican fans, correct me down below in the comment section if you're right. I'm driving, so I can't really check out my stats, but I think it was 2002 or 2003 where the owner actually had to sell the new Charlotte Hornets. They were from Charlotte. And they moved to New Orleans, where they are currently located. And in that year, they moved to New Orleans, so they became the New Orleans Hornets. Great team. Already had Jamal Mashburn. Oh, guys, look at this. About LA, you guys hear the stories that it's a crime city? Yeah. Give you guys a little background noise here. Just driving down a murder scene right now. I'm just kidding, guys. It's an ambulance, but I mean, I hope everything's fine out there. But yeah, no, I mean, violence has been calming down, I think, for the most part. But okay, guys. So yeah, I think when I became a fan, not when I became a fan, but in 2002 when they relocated to New Orleans, they had Jamal Mashburn, which was their best player at the time. I believe Baron Davis was drafted from the Hornets. So they had a pretty good team, pretty good, nice players in there. And okay, once I became a fan was when they were the New Orleans Hornets. Since you guys heard the story now, they did move from Charlotte. And now, well, a few years ago, the New Orleans Hornets were sold again. It was some crazy stuff going on. I think that's what caused us to be not consistent, losing Chris Paul, losing David West, losing everybody. The team fell apart with this whole ownership problem because then we were owned by the NBA. I think Shen was his name. I forgot, but yeah, we were owned by the NBA. They blocked out that big dramatic Chris Paul trade to the Lakers, which was a very good thing for me because I am from LA and a bunch of my friends are Laker fans. So nice little burn for them. They weren't able to enjoy our CP3, and he actually went down to the Clippers, and they needed the guy, man. Clippers were shit without Chris Paul, and now they have a name for themselves thanks to CP3. So Clipper Nation, don't ever forget Chris Paul made you guys. A New Orleans Hornet made you guys. I'm just kidding. But so when this new owner Tom Benson bought the New Orleans Hornets, he decided to change the name. I was not a big fan of this, but I know many Pelican fans now were actually a fan of this. They voted for the name, so I'm sure the city, you guys must love the name. But at first, I was not a fan of the name, the New Orleans Pelicans. I understand that the Pelican symbolizes New Orleans, which is great, and that's why I've always sticked around and stick back and backed them up. Because I will stay faithful to my team no matter the ups and downs. Been through it all already. Been through rebuilding, been through the best times of our seasons, and been through the worst. So I am a loyal Pelican fan. But yeah, so they changed their names to the New Orleans Pelicans. So guess what? What does that do? That leaves the Hornets name available. So what the hell does Michael Jordan do? As you guys know, Michael Jordan is partial owner of the Charlotte Bobcats at that time. Charlotte didn't have a team since the Hornets did leave, and eventually got a team. The NBA had to do that draft and give them some weak-ass players, and Charlotte Bobcats were pretty much trash for 99.9% of their history. The best thing they did was draft Emeka Okafor. But besides that, and they had Gerald Wallace, some good players like that. But besides that, Charlotte Bobcats were trash. So what does Michael Jordan do? He decides to rebrand the team and give them their name back to the Charlotte Hornets. And Charlotte fans must love this. Kudos to Charlotte fans. But I just hate it just for the fact that it could add confusion to a lot of people. They're like, oh wait, Charlotte Hornets. Oh, Charlotte Hornets is. No, but didn't they play for New Orleans? Wait, no, they're in Charlotte, so New Orleans made a new team, or blah, blah, blah. So it adds a lot of confusion to people who aren't very up-to-date with this kind of things. Even I had to back it up to a few friends, like, what happened? And I'm like, guys, they're like, are you a Hornet fan now? No, I'm a Pelican fan. I'm sticking by AD. I'm sticking with the team that moved to New Orleans. I am a New Orleans Pelican fan. So, that's a little background on the Charlotte Hornets, Charlotte Bobcats, New Orleans Pelicans, New Orleans Hornets. So you guys don't get confused. And dating back to when I became a fan, and I said that was around 2006, it was crazy. My friends were all into basketball. I had just hit high school at that time, and I wasn't too sure of myself. I wasn't much very into sports at that time. I wasn't exposed to that. So when they would talk about sports, I felt pretty much left out. And I'm like, man, I gotta talk about something with these guys. They're over here bashing me. They're over here talking shit that I don't know anything. So I gotta build some knowledge here. And so I decided to look at some YouTube videos, look at some highlights of teams and whatever. And for some odd reason, luckily, this stuck to me. It was a David West half-court shot, game winner. And I was like, damn, that shit was nice. Come on, guys. David West. Many of you guys who are Hornet Pelican fans, you know what David West can do. He was a beast. But shooting the three, he wasn't a three-point shooter. He had some threes here and there. You guys would see him drop 1 for 2, 2 for 4, maybe 2. Or he wouldn't attempt them that much. He had the shot. He's a fucking mid-range assassin. But he's not a three-point shooter. But at that time, I didn't know anything. So I was like, man, that shot is beast. Who is this team? New Orleans Hornets. All right, let me see what they got. And I started watching the highlights. I see CP3 breaking ankles, and I'm like, oh my God. CP3, Chris Paul is a fucking phenom. He's a fiend, guys. And I'm like, oh man, love that guy. That guy, oh, is breaking ankles, doing crossovers, taking them in, doing some crazy double pumps. Oh, you guys remember those days? Chris Paul would freaking carry the team. It was amazing. I got to watch it during his rookie campaign, and I saw rookie Chris just balling out. And what got me more attached to the city after watching that, after that I was like, let me watch this team. This is a team I might want to keep up with. And then I saw how the whole Hurricane Katrina stuff happened, and I was like, man, it made me sad. Many New Orleans people, shout out to you guys. It's been a long time already, so I'm glad nothing like that has happened again. That was devastating. But it was great to learn about this city and learn about this team. I really felt attached to it, and I still am. Get to know that it is a great tourist destination with its Mardi Gras. I have still not been to New Orleans, but soon I will be. Soon, guys. Soon. I have to check it out. I hear the gumball is good. I hear all kinds of things about New Orleans of how amazing it is. So definitely got to check that out. But yeah, that's when I became a New Orleans Hornets fan. So I started following Chris Paul. I started keeping up with his moves and everything. So what do my friends want to do? They want to talk trash, right? They want to talk shit. Oh, the Hornets. What the fuck are the Hornets? They suck. What do you mean they suck? Man, at that year, they were second seed to the Lakers in the playoffs. They were pretty much the same identical record as the Lakers, but the only reason they were second seed and not first seed was because the Lakers actually had the tiebreaker on us. So that's why they were first seed. But that's when we became division champions. We had our first division championship, which is still I think our only first division championship, because we're in a tough division. I mean, we beat out the San Antonio Spurs that year in the championship. But I know you guys will get me on that. Even though we got the division title over the Spurs, over the Rockets, I know that San Antonio was the team that sent us home. San Antonio was the team that did not let us pass the second round. But hey, it was great playoffs. That was an exciting year. Great record for the New Orleans Hornets. Chris Paul was a fiend. That was composed of an amazing team. And now you get that team and you date it to our team now, and our team now is better. But for the fact that the NBA is built over monster caliber players now, where it's built with a bunch of super teams, everyone has a super team. Our team now is barely a playoff contender. It's a top 6 seed at its best. But who knows? I mean, we do hold the best center now, best power forward now. So I have high hopes for them. But look at this team. It was second seed, and it was composed of, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but this is who I remember. Chris Paul was our starting point guard. A beast. For sure, a beast. In his prime. That was his campaign that I wanted him to be MVP, and I thought he deserved it. But Kobe got it. But the Lakers did go on to play the Boston Celtics in the finals, where Celtics took the championship. It started that whole rivalry all over again. Rebirth Lakers-Celtic rivalry. Shout out to both of my boys. Authentic Sports Talk, Anthony Munoz, who is a Celtics fan, and Jose Torres. He is in the No Network. And he is a Lakers fan. But that was a great year, great season. But the New Orleans Hornets did not go up that far. But that was a great year. We had Chris Paul, starting point guard. Bonzi Wells, starting shooting guard. Peja Stojakovic, starting small forward. David West, our power forward. He was killing it. And Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler was a beast that year. I believe it was because of Chris Paul. Chris Paul made him. But, hey, Chandler was dominant. He was rebounding, blocking, and scoring in the paint. That's what you want from every big man. That was great. And he's 7-1. I loved those years. The years freaking Chris Paul would throw some alley-oops. Boom, dunk. And funny story is I actually met Tyson Chandler here in Los Angeles. Crazy shit, he goes to a church by my house. A couple blocks down, he goes to a church. And I don't want you guys thinking I live in a nice neighborhood. I mean, now I recently moved and I live in a nicer neighborhood. But at that time, when I was young and still in high school, I was living in the ghetto. And walking to the park where I always play basketball, I just saw this tall ass guy, and I'm like, is that Tyson Chandler? Nah, what is Tyson Chandler doing here? This is not Tyson Chandler. And I was in disbelief, and my friends were like, that's Tyson Chandler, dude. And I'm like, no, no way. It's not him. What's he doing here? Nah, I don't believe it. So we asked a kid who's in church, like, hey, is that Tyson Chandler? And like nothing. He's like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. Like, like nothing. Like, it's just another guy to him. I was like, oh my God, it's Chandler. Blown away. Ran up to him. I know it was the first year he had got traded to actually, where did we give him off? Charlotte, right? Yeah, the year he got traded to Charlotte for Emeka Okafor. Ugh, horrible trade. Chandler, I mean, he was injured and all that, but you guys saw when he came back good. He went ahead and got a ring in Dallas. And now he's old, but whatever. Can't reminisce on the past, but yeah, Emeka Okafor was trash. He was decent, but he was not what we wanted to get in return, you know. That's not what we wanted. But yeah, I mean, it's okay, because if you guys do remember, we were originally gonna trade Tyson Chandler. I believe at that time it was still the Seattle Supersonics for a freaking DJ White and this other Chris Wilcox or something, CJ Wilcox or something like that. But I just remember that it was a trash trade. So I'm actually lucky we were able to get Emeka Okafor instead of that trade. But yeah, guys, I mean, that was a year to watch. And I got to enjoy it. I got to really follow the team after that. My heart was set on New Orleans. I wasn't a bandwagoner. I mean, I can't even be considered a bandwagon because at that time everyone was jumping on the Celtics or Lakers anyways. It was very heartbreaking that San Antonio took us down on Game 7. We could not move past the second round. And yeah, I mean, that's what made me a New Orleans Hornets fan, and I followed through. I kept up with the team, even when we lost our boy CP3. Unfortunately, our whole team fell apart. That whole Emeka Okafor thing happened, and injuries started happening. And the team just went through a lot of changes. We got Trevor Ariza. He didn't even play good for us. Then we traded his ass back, and all this stuff went on happening in New Orleans. And it was just, you know, I kept up with them. I sticked around. I was a loyal fan. I am a loyal fan. And there were some good seasons where we drafted Darren Collison and Marcus Thornton. They gave us an entertaining season. Two rookies just playing it out, playing their hearts out. I actually enjoyed it very much. I believe Collison broke one of Chris Paul's assist records. And then, oh yeah, I think it was like 16 or something like that assists in a rookie season. And I know they got, Collison got first team rookie and Marcus Thornton got second team rookie. So it was a very nice season. I enjoyed that. And then moving forward, that was leading into how trashy our seasons have been. And it actually gave us the opportunity to draft the bro, Anthony Davis. And guys, many of you guys who have been following now must love Anthony Davis and the excitement that he brings to New Orleans. How humble he is, how loyal he is, and how dominant he is. We got possibly the best player in the NBA for years to come. Excuse me, guys. And now, this last season, after All-Star break, we recently acquired DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, man. It is a great year to be a Pelicans fan. A great year, guys. And I'm just happy to be a Pelican fan, a New Orleans Pelican fan, and I'm proud. I'm proud. I got my New Orleans Pelicans sweater, I got my jerseys, I got all my gear. All my gear. I rep it. I go here and there at the NBA store and actually go buy some gear. You guys should check it out. The link is down below. Check out the gear they have right now. I'm actually considering buying a polo shirt with a Pelican logo. Might go ahead and start a little league and start coaching some people. You know what I mean? Might have to put some videos up of that. But it's exciting. It's just an exciting year to be a Pelican fan. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about other things because I want this to be straight to the topic. And I wanted to tell you guys when I became a Pelican fan and how I became a Pelican fan, and that's the story, guys. Any questions? Drop them down below in the comment section. I will get back to every single one of you guys. I promise. And if you love this video, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell so you can get notifications on my content. And just keep giving me support and love, guys. Just keep it coming. I love it. I love to interact with people. I just want to build a network. This is what I love to do. I love to talk to others and that I have things in common. And basketball is my passion. It's what I love. So I just want to build this. I want to, build a community, build something here. And yeah, I mean, guys, yeah, thanks for watching. This was Mike Vaya, Pelican Podcast.